Welcome back to TJ Militaria. Today I'm going to show you some new books that I've put on the website in the last couple of days. The first book I'm going to show you is a brilliant book, and it's by my Major W.A.S. Dunlop. This is an official copy and it's called The Fighting Soldier. Now, I have sold a couple of these on the website, and people have said the feedback I've received is great. So I'm trying to source as many as I can to get to you guys out there. This book is just so full of information. It's designed for a newly commissioned officer at the beginning of the Second World War. And basically what it's doing is it's using past experience into a concise booklet on how to handle men and how to handle regimental life. The quick forward to it. The book's actually got a forward by General Sir W. Edmund Ironside, who, as you all know, was a very famous general in the British Army. Forward is, the one desire of an old hand in military affairs is to see that lessons and experience of the past are available to the soldier of today. So in this book, it covers everything. It is such a diverse range. It covers everything, from the duties of a regimental officer, hints on preliminary training, care of men, personal points for all leaders, battle sense, useful service tips for all ranks, other units as they appear to the infantry, weapon characteristics, and the spirit of the battalion. So it tells you about men, it tells you their bad habits, how to handle them, how to discipline them, how to look after them in the field, how to battle sense, anti-aircraft. It explains all the weapon systems, and in the back it has a nice kit list of what an officer in the Second World War will be carrying. For example here, carrying packs. After a long march carrying the pack, you will find that it leaves a wet patch from perspiration right through your tunic over the kidneys. If you do not change your shirt and singlet or wrap a dry towel between your skin and your singlet, you will be liable to a very severe chill. While in Mina Camp 1914-15, the 1st Division of the Australian Army lost for one short period over a dozen men per diem who died from this cause. You must learn to look after your individual self to a great extent. Prevention is always better than the cure. So that's just one small snippet from this book, and I would recommend anybody who's really likes to get into the personal side of soldiering at the beginning of the Second World War, this is the book for you. Okay, I picked up 4 of these books and they came as a sort of a home guard package. So the first one I'll show you here is it's a book by John Brophy, and it's 100 practical questions with answers. Problems of strategy and tactics, the Northover, the ST grenade, the Thermos anti-tank grenade, German rifles, submachine guns, automatic pistols and hand grenades. Diagrams and details, 124 pages. Again, this book, good for any officer, good for a NCO, for testing the squad, the platoon. It covers, again, probably every aspect of military training. You've got patrolling, you've got map reading, you've got everything. Lessons learned from Crete, lessons learned from battles, parachutists in landing in Britain, potential threat from, and they're sort of linking parachutists but landed on Crete, and obviously an imminent threat to the United Kingdom by parachutists. So it warns about all the tactics that the enemy may use. It shows you the different types of tank that the Germans had. I mean, these are probably very early versions, because I mean they're not particularly the big Tiger tanks, but they came later on in the war. It's got lessons from Russia. It's a really interesting book and well worth anyone having. Now, when I mentioned at the front the Northover was a projector designed in effect for the Home Guard. This book explains you how to use it and how to strip it down, etc. You've got everything in here. You've got about the Browning assault rifle. You've got the various different grenades. You've got everything. There was an insert in this book, and it's books supplied, and I'm not sure if it's to men in a platoon, but I mean you probably might do better reading it myself, but it's got books supplied. That for me, that says Mrs. Hammond, and Miss Cole. So I'm not sure who these all, if that's a rank down the side, somebody might know, but I kept that in there because it's obviously been with it since the beginning. So again, there we go, the Thermos anti-tank hand grenade. You've got the always fuse in here, and you've got the Bakelite safety cap on here. It's just excellent. It just shows you what people had to learn at the beginning of the Second World War. Next one, again, general knowledge for Home Guards, Major G.S. Mackey, late 7th Gurkha Rifles. This one again covers anti-aircraft, patrolling, section orders, battle orders, semaphore, Morse code, you name it. This covers it all in very simple form, easily written down, very simple, and would be an excellent piece of kit that any Home Guard, private, lance corporal, all the way up to an officer would find a very useful piece of gear to keep in their bag. Next one, a little bit more in depth. This is the Home Guard training manual. This is more of a back at base book. This covers everything from marksmanship principles, digging of trenches, distance map reading, the enemy, construction organisation, and everything that could be trained to soldiers back in a more safe, secure area. The 9mm Sten gun, the stripping and assembling, the Mills bombs, street fighting, everything. Now this it's again, you add that with the other 3 books here, you're not going to put it down because it's just so interesting. Last one we're going to have is the First Aid to the Injured. This book came out in the beginning of the Second World War, 1939, and it's a small, compact book that tells you how to deal with everything: burns, blast injuries, broken bones, bleeding, and the use of tourniquets, the structure of the body, bandaging, splinting. This is a real, it's a very good book, and there's a lot of relevance in this book and in today's first aid treatment. Shows you improvised stretchers carrying people. So well worth having a look at. Nice and small, not too expensive, but well worth having in any military collection is those 5 books. So I thank you for coming to TJ Militaria, and I'll see you at the next video. Thank you very much.